My name is Lori, and we're going to work on a sequence for back bending and heart opening. We'll get started laying on our back with our knees bent, hands by our sides, focusing on the breath. Then inhaling your feet towards the side, coming into happy baby. Inhaling your knees into your chest. Then hanging on to the right leg, letting the left leg come down towards the mat. We'll use our left hand to bring our knee to the left side of the room, right arm down on the floor. Inhaling your knees back into your chest, holding on to the left leg, letting the right come down to the mat, bringing your knee towards the right side of the room, letting your left arm fall to the ground. Then bringing your knees back into your chest, we'll send legs towards the sky at an angle, hands by our sides. Slowly lowering them down towards the mat, bringing your feet hip-width distance apart, coming into bridge, bringing your hands to your hips to hold you up. And slowly come back down towards the mat, sending your feet towards the back of the mat, bringing your hands underneath your sit bones, coming up onto your elbows and bringing your head to the mat. And slowly release, bringing both feet together, having your hands by your sides. Bringing both knees together, sending your feet to the sky with feet flexed. And slowly lowering them back down to the mat. We'll roll over onto our stomach with our hands spread towards the front of the room. Then bring your elbows underneath your shoulders, hands spread wide, coming into Sphinx pose. Using your hands to push you back towards your knees. Then bringing your head down towards the mat, arms extended. And release. Coming up to a tabletop position, we'll take our right arm, sending it through our wrist and knee, shoulder to the mat. Coming back to table, lifting the left arm and sending it through. And release back into table. Bringing your knees wide, big toes together, hips to your heels, child's pose. And slowly release, placing your forearms on the mat. Taking your toes down, we'll send our hips towards the sky, dolphin pose. Coming back down onto our knees, placing the tops of your feet down, sitting your seat down onto your heels, hands in your lap. Then bring your head towards the mat, extending your arms towards the front. slowly coming back up, coming onto your seat, extending your legs forward, bringing your hands to your sides. Bringing your arms up overhead, hinging at the hips, reaching for your feet. Slowly coming back up, crossing your legs, bringing your right arm down towards the mat, left arm up overhead. And slowly release, switching your legs, bringing your left arm down toward the mat, right arm towards the sky. And release. Then bring your left arm to your right leg, right behind your back, with a straight spine, twist. And release. Bringing your right arm to your left leg, left arm behind your spine, and twist. And release. Then bringing yourself up onto your toes. Taking your hands towards heart center. Using your hands to slowly come up to standing, spreading your feet hip width distance apart, bringing both arms up overhead and clasping them together. And release. Then bringing your arms out like airplane wings. We'll hinge at the waist, coming to a half bend. And release, bringing your feet together, Hinging at the waist, bringing your head towards your thighs. Slowly coming back up to standing, coming into mountain pose. Bringing both arms overhead, clasping them together. Sending hips forward and looking back. And release, coming into forward fold. Slowly coming to standing, stepping out the right leg, placing the left knee down on the mat, coming into a lunge. Bringing the right leg back, coming into plank. Bringing your hips to the mat, upward dog. Coming to table, flipping the toes under, going into down dog. Bringing your right knee down to the mat, left leg forward, coming into a lunge. Then bringing your knees back together, coming up to standing, forward fold. Slowly coming back up to standing. Bringing hands at heart center. and release. Spreading the legs wide, hinging at the waist, bringing your head towards the mat. Using your hands to help bring you back up. Coming up to standing, we'll turn the right leg towards the front, left leg towards the side, then hinging at the hips, bringing your right arm towards the mat, left arm towards the sky. Take a bend in your knee, coming back up to standing, switching sides, bringing the right leg forward, left leg out, hinging at the hips, hands towards the ground, right arm towards the sky. Taking a bend in the knee, bringing your feet back together. We'll take the right foot out, bending at the knee, left leg towards the back of the mat, placing your right arm on the outside of your foot, bringing the left arm overhead. And release, using your hands to help you up. Switching sides, left leg forward, taking a bend, putting your left hand on the outside of your foot, right arm overhead. Using your hands to help you up, bringing the feet together, sending the right foot out, left foot back, bringing your left arm behind your back, bending at the knee, reverse your warrior. And release, switching sides, left foot forward, right leg back, right hand on your back, left arm overhead. And slowly release. Then coming back down onto the mat, bringing both your feet together. We'll reach towards the front, bringing our head towards our feet. And release, coming up onto your knees, bringing your hands to your lower back and looking back. Release. Then we'll bring our hips forward and send our arms towards the back of the room. And release. Bringing your hands down. Then reaching towards your heels with your hips forward, camel pose. Slowly coming back up onto your knees. Bringing your hands to the mat, we're coming in to cat pose, arching your back, bringing your chin towards, rounding your back, chin to chest. Then lowering your hips down towards the mat, coming into upward dog. Slowly lowering yourself down, coming onto your side, bringing your forearm to the mat, coming into side plank and lift. Slowly coming down, switching sides. And lift. And slowly release. Then coming with your legs out straight. We'll bring our right arm behind us, bending the left leg, then pushing up into wild thing pose. Slowly coming down, switching sides, putting your left hand behind you, bending the right leg, then pushing up to wild thing pose. Slowly coming back down. Setting up for wheel, bringing your feet towards your sit bones. We'll take our hands overhead, pushing up towards the sky. Slowly coming back down onto the mat. We'll lay back onto the mat with our legs out and our hands behind our back. Then bringing your hands back down, knees are bent. We'll push up into bridge. This time bringing our hands together and clasp. Slowly coming back down to the mat. Then bringing our feet up to happy baby. Then release. Scooting down towards the edge of the mat, coming down onto our backs, then sitting our legs up and over our heads towards the ground. Slowly coming back down towards the mat, bringing our knees, our feet to the mat, hands by our sides. Then bringing ourselves back up, coming to standing, mountain pose. Forward fold. Half lift. Coming back to standing, we will bring our right knee down to the mat, left leg forward, coming into a lunge and reaching back. Bringing your hands back down, meeting your knees together, coming into child's pose. Using your hands to help you up. Taking your hips down, upward dog. pushing back onto your knees. Flip the toes under, down dog. Then bringing your knees down to the mat, head towards the mat, child's pose. Then coming back up into table, we'll bring our right leg forward, coming into a lunge, then pushing back. Then coming back into standing, forward fold. Slowly coming back up to standing, we'll take our hands behind our heads and take a tiny back bend. And release. Then putting your weight into your right foot, bringing the left foot towards your seat, right arm up towards the sky. Slowly release, letting the arms come down. Weights in the left foot, bringing your right leg towards your seat, left arm up. And slowly release. Then putting your weight in your right foot, we'll grab the outside of our ankle. Then as we kick our feet into our hands, bring your arm forward. Slowly coming out, switching sides, weights in the left foot, grabbing the right ankle, kicking into your hand. Slowly release. Coming down to our hands and knees, we will arch our back, bringing our chin forward. Then lowering our hips towards the ground, upward dog. lowering yourself down to the mat with hands by your sides. We'll lift our feet, head and hands, and lift. And release, coming back into table. Then arching our back, bringing our chin forward. Spreading the legs wide, coming into child's pose. Then using your hands to come up, we'll lower ourselves down onto the mat. Then taking a bend in your knees, grabbing the outside of your ankles. Then kicking your feet into your hands and lift. Slowly release, then coming back into a tabletop position. We're going to lift our right leg towards the sky and lift. And release. This time lifting your left leg and lift. And release. Then bringing your right knee towards your right wrist, your ankle towards your left, coming into pigeon pose. Then release, coming back into a table, taking the left knee towards your left, coming into pigeon pose. And release, coming back up onto your knees. We'll reach our right hand towards our heel, left arm overhead. Slowly release. This time reaching your left arm back, right arm overhead. And release. Then bringing our knees together, feet together, crossing our arms or resting our head on our hands. down onto our stomachs, crossing our hands, resting our head, and we'll just lift our feet off the mat and lift. And slowly release, then turning back around, coming onto our back, bringing our feet together, and taking our hands overhead, holding your elbows. Then bringing your feet together, hugging your knees into your chest, head to your knees. And release. And for one last bit of effort, sending your feet to the sky to scissor kick them down to the count of 10. And when your feet reach the mat, allowing your hands to come to the sides and your feet to come to the sides, congratulations. You've made it to Shavasana. We'll start to bring movement into our fingers and toes, to our wrists and our ankles. And when you're ready, turning towards your favorite side to come to seated. Thank you so much for sharing your practice with me. Namaste.